Yeah, I think we made a lot of progress. We obviously on the bye week spent a lot of time focused on running the ball, focused on in the whole operation. And I think it's paid dividends for us in these last two games. Controlled the ball a little bit more. We got to keep building on it. But I think that the last couple of weeks you've seen some good things.
And you got away mostly from the RPOs, right? I mean, can you describe philosophically, schematically, what differences, what changes you made?
I think you have to. I think we talked about this during the bye week, where when you're running the ball, you kind of have three different options. You read somebody, you run away from somebody, or you kind of change the look, and splash the waters a little bit. And so, we've kind of found different ways to do that. We have had some plays where we've been reading a guy, but also some ways we're running away from the guy or possibly splashing the water. So just finding different ways to make sure that the tailback runs the ball.
Ryan, Tate Martell went into the game last week. It was 0-0 at the goal, your first and goal. Yep. What has changed as far as y'all's confidence, whatever it is you want to call it, about putting him in the games now?
Well, it's been a couple weeks working here, the packages, and we felt like he was game ready going into an environment like that where, it was cold, it was windy, it's great defense, and we felt like we needed a little bit of a change up there. And he gave it to us. He did a good thing. Obviously, we had the one miscue down there tight, and that was obviously something we're going to get corrected fast. Yeah. But other than that, I thought he did a good job.
And what do you see that going forward? Do you see that expanding? I know things are kind of fluid,
Yeah, they are, yeah. And it also based on what you're seeing that week and schematically how it works. But he gives us a little bit of a change of pace.
Hey Ryan, not to belabor the RPO, but some players are saying you guys ran it very rarely. By looking at it, rewatching the game, it looks like you were running it a little bit more. Can you just dispel whatever it is? Like, do you run them still? Have you gotten away from them? Like, what? Can you just explain what your general viewpoint is of running the RPO right now?
Yeah, well, like I said, every play you have something that you're doing to try to handle the extra guy in the box. And sometimes if they man you up, there really isn't much of a read because it turns into a one-on-one battle, and then you're just turning that into a pass. So sometimes an RPO can look like a play-action pass because if it's man-to-man and the extra guy's in the box, you're just going to take the ball, maybe throw a one-on-one shot or something like that.
But is it fair to say that you don't run them as much?
It's kind of game to game.
Right. When you talked about the Tate Martell package there, Wayne said after the game that it is frustrating for him to come off the field. How do you manage that within the room and the expectations when a guy wants to be out there every snap?
They're both competitive guys. They both want to play, but they understand that what's best for the team. And our unit is a unit. And those guys, the relationship has really grown, especially this year. And they pull for each other. They both know, whatever's best for the team, they're willing to support. So those guys are both competitive guys. That's what you want. You want guys who want to be on the field. So it's normal, and I think they're handling both really well.
What did Tate though prove to you personally that made him show that he deserved to be on the field now?
I think it was in practice, the way he's been practicing. He's practicing better and doing a good job taking care of the ball. Ball security has been much better. His decision making has been better. And when you do it in practice week in and week out, then you prove to the coaches you can do it. You build trust, and then it's time to go play the game.
What's the difference you see in a player when he does get to play though like that and stuff? You see more of a bounce. What do you see different in him this week than maybe last week? Maybe nothing.
No. This is something that's been a couple weeks and been working with. And I think again, when you practice well, you just have the tendency to play well. And I think that's what happened.
The way you go out against the school that you coming into, do you sense anything extra in him this week?
It's so many big games, for us. We would play in so many high-profile games, and so I don't think so. But I do know that anytime you go back home, there's a special feel of that, friends and family. So I know that'll be on the mind.
Is there anything you want to see from him? Tate's timing. Looks like he ran the ball the first time. He may have been able to keep it another time and gave it.
Yep.
Just how did you grade him on those few plays?
Yeah, I thought he did really well. He had the two plays. One was the false start that at the end of the day you're the quarterback and the clap wasn't loud enough, and so he false started on the 4th and 1, and then didn't quite handle the snap, although it wasn't great. At that point we got to fall on it. But other than those two plays, I thought he did a good job.
Talked about how much you have done